And we're back.
Holy shit!
I told you, man.
Jesus Christ!
I try to bring it whenever I can.
Oof, I need to give you a second. I need to have the vapors right now. My goodness, that was good lord.
As usual, I'm Jake.
I'm Matt.
And we are back with an episode of Recall Drive-In. Episode number 18. We watched 7.
Good lord. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Yeah, I've been having to hear that fucking joke since this damn movie came out. And I'm like, that's a dumb joke. I don't like it. This movie offers so much more, and this is what you people fucking pull from it?
Well, it's just the action it's just the way he delivers it.
Yeah, I'll give you that, the way he delivers it. But yeah, man, that's...
But we never get to see it.
Yeah, there's a little story about that. I'll tell you toward the end of this.
Oh!
So yeah, we have decided going forward, for those of y'all who listened to last episode of Batman versus Dracula, I give Matt a choice.
His new way of torturing me.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I think I'm gonna go with it from now on. So we offer Matt a couple of choices from our humongous fucking list of movies.
For now on, I'm gonna think whenever you send me that text, you have like a wheel here, and you just with the kazoo. What's he gonna pick?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm gonna give him a couple choices from the list, but I don't give him any titles. I just give him broad generalizations and like a couple of sentences of what they are.
Yeah, and that's even more. It's easier than my job of once in a while climbing the mountains to find a movie that you haven't seen.
What has he seen? And I'm like,
tell me
everything. I'll give him a movie or 3 ABC. Take your pick. He sends it to me, tells me which one, and I send him a trailer. And then we go from there. And this was one of them. This was the first one we did that way, and I think we're going to stick with it.
And holy shit, was it a great movie.
I told you, man. 7 is one of my favorite movies.
I can see why.
Yeah, it is. Damn, that is a thriller.
Oh,
if I ever fucking saw one. And
tip my hat to them.
Yeah, because fucking Matt's got to wear a cowboy hat now these days.
I found it. I love it. It's me. It called to me. The wand chooses the wizard, my friend.
God damn it.
The hat chooses the writer. I fucked it up.
Yeah, you fucked that up.
But then again, this whole movie was just basically you and me if we were detectives, almost.
Kind of. Only we're not nearly as cool as them.
You're not as cool as Morgan Freeman.
That's for damn sure. I can never be as cool as Morgan Freeman.
You can never tell Batman what's up.
Yeah. So what's going on, man?
Not much. Just here chilling. Got ourselves a good pizza break this time.
Oh hell yeah, man! Fucking Domino's with their
custom pizza.
Their half off menu price.
Ooh,
that was a delicious fucking pizza.
And also getting ready for big city Comic-Con next weekend.
Next weekend?
Yeah, next weekend.
Where's that one
at? Henry B. Gonzalez Center.
Oh, too big for me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I'm tired. Help me. Too many people. Oh, I got COVID.
Yep. Oh, I'm dead.
So
I have to bring out a Ouija board for next episode just to talk to you.
No shit, right? So, as usual, we're going to read our description here for 7.
Read it, Jake.
7 is a 1995 American crime thriller film directed by David Fincher and written by Andrew Kevin Walker. It stars Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, and John C. McGinley in supporting roles. Set in an unnamed crime-ridden city.
Looks like New Jersey.
We're just going to call it Gotham. Fuck it.
I'll get to that later. Yeah, they're in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
But like 2 years before the Batman shows up.
That's what I'm saying. 7's narrative follows disenchanted, nearly retired detective William Somerset and his newly transferred partner David Mills as they try to stop a serial killer from committing a series of murders based on the 7 deadly sins. And that's the description. Super just quick.
Yeah, they don't give nothing away in that description. Holy shit.
Oh, I know. I actually think it got a BAFTA. Let me see here.
A what?
A BAFTA, British American Film. That's like a really prestigious award for Best Original Screenplay. Andrew Kevin Walker wrote this. Let's see. He is known for having written 7, for which he earned a nomination for the BAFTA Award for the Best Original Screenplay, as well as several other films, including 8mm, Sleepy Hollow, and many uncredited script rewrites. All right. Well, there's one I haven't seen that I need to watch, but you haven't seen it, so we can't watch it. So I'm going to watch it in my own time, then flip it around, and then you watch it.
Wait, which one's Sleepy Hollow?
8mm.
Oh. But also, Jake, who directed this?
David Fincher, sir.
And you said that this is his what?
This is David Fincher's second movie.
And pray tell, Jake, what was his first movie you told me?
Alien 3.
How do you what?
I don't know, man.
How do you go from that schlock to this?
One, I liked Alien 3.
It was just the best.
It was a bit of a mess. We need to watch one of the fan edits. I have a fan edit of it we need to watch.
Well, I mean, just thankfully he didn't do 4.
Yeah, 4 is kind of
The awkward bastard child, the incest child that we don't talk about of the alien.
yeah, pretty much. But
Prometheus is the bastard, the redheaded stepchild.
I don't acknowledge any movies after 4.
Good man. What about EVP?
AVPs are fine because they're their own thing.
Mhm.
But I absolutely recognize Romulus. I think Romulus was actually really good.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's great.
Looks
Big return.
Looks batshit insane.
It's pretty fucking crazy. We may have to watch it on one of these.
Sweet.
So, Matt,
Jake.
what did you think?
This is batshit insane. I loved it. It was another epic murder mystery that you took me on.
Yep.
Except this time, instead of getting advice from a serial killer, cannibal, we are hunting a straight up serial killer down.
Yeah, so I love this fucking movie. Came out in 95, so I was 10 years old. I hadn't seen it yet.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see it until I was maybe 14, 15, maybe just going into high school. There's a time frame during, like, as I was going through puberty, basically, where I was, like, super into fucking horror movies. And that's all I was watching. And, of course, my generation, you ask us, and we're like, oh, yeah, we all grew up with Rotten.com, and you have no idea what that is. Right?
No.
Yeah, same. Rotten.com was a gore website.
Oh. Okay.
And back in the day, gore websites were kind of rampant. So,
Yeah,
like,
there's no policing that shit.
yeah, we were exposed to a lot of, like,
Isn't that like the Faces of Death thing?
well, the thing is with Faces of Death, some of it's real, some of it's fake. It's fake for the most part. It's still interesting to watch.
Oh god, you're like the movie fucking Sinister, where the monster from that movie was showing kids snuff films and telling them to make snuff films themselves.
Yeah, shit's fucking terrible. But yeah,
Gore or something.
but Faces of Death is more of an exploitation movie than it is like a shock movie, in my opinion. Because, like, honestly, a lot of it is fake. It's that movie that it's like, oh, you know, I got such and such movie, we got to pass it around, that kind of shit. That's what Faces of Death was. But Rotten.com and sites like that was actual, real, legitimate gore and death.
Oh.
And we all got exposed to a lot of that growing up. It's just something that happened because, like, I've covered it before when we talked about hackers.
Yeah.
I was born in 85, so I got to see the internet literally grow from like nothing, and like I got to see the different stages.
You got to watch the world burn.
I did. It was nuts.
You're over there in your fucking tweed pea coat, the poncho on with your gun, just respirator on, just.
Yep. Fucking.
There was a simpler time once.
It was a simpler time when I could just type in keywords and I didn't have to worry about Google's ads and bullshit.
You basically were Cobalt from your show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When YouTube was free and there was no ads.
There's no ads for you to skip.
Yeah.
One.
Back in the day, man. But yeah, we it was like a wasteland for movies, man. We had pretty easy access to movies. Blockbuster didn't fucking card people. Hollywood Video didn't card people.
Wonder why they never.
They just didn't.
Wonder why they went out of business.
Yeah, the amount of fucking videos, R-rated movies I rented before I was of legal age to watch R movies
You're
is
there.
insane.
Can I rent 7, please?
Yeah, can I rent 7, please? Yeah, sure, kid. Get out of my face. Oh, what's cool is we're here where I live now, a couple blocks away. There used to be a Blockbuster, and it used to have, I think it was called Game Rush. Was their version of like a GameStop. It was built into the game. It was built into the Blockbuster, and during the summer, I didn't do anything during the summer. I still don't have a ton of friends. Oh, excuse me, man. That pizza is fucking awesome.
We had to make a pizza run because like it was gonna be a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And Jake's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I was like, this movie's gonna get nuts. We better pause it and get a pizza.
Yeah, he paused it at the right time to where I'm just like, in the entire car ride over to Domino's, I'm just like, okay, trying to put together the clues, and Jake's like, turn left. Huh?
Yep. Went, got a pizza, watched an episode of The Batman, and then finished up 7.
Yeah. A good palate cleanser for what was to come.
Yeah, so yeah, like Blockbusters, they had those sections, like they had shit tons of fucking horror movies back in the day. Lots of B movies and stuff.
I do remember walking around Blockbuster as a kid with my nana.
Yeah.
Whenever she would babysit us,
Mhm.
and like going down those aisles and seeing the scary movies.
Yeah.
But that, like there were like 6 or 7 rows just movies.
Yeah, and those movies are great because like those like really opened me up into the world of horror, and here I am now. Like it's cool in a way. This podcast is really cool because like I get to show you all these crazy ass movies I saw growing up and shit. So that's been fun. But yeah, Seven was one that I saw that really fucking stuck with me.
Yeah.
Because I saw that, Silence of the Lambs, like
Right next to each other.
I kind of saw all these movies kind of close together, because like I'm talking internet circa like 98 2000. I'm looking for horror movies. So back then it was more like, you search it, here's lists, and it's like, oh, write this down, print it out, or whatever, try and find them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Seven was definitely one of them. So
She was nuts.
yeah, so you can imagine why this movie has stuck with me now that you've seen.
Oh yeah, it's just like from the first crime scene alone, like they're going after the 7 deadly sins, and the first one we see is gluttony, and that son of a bitch was big. He was the fucking blob,
Yeah, he was a really big guy, but that's
and everyone's just like, "Are you sure it's a murder? Are you sure this fat son of a bitch probably just died in food?" And then they look down, he's tied up.
yep, he's bound with barbed wire. So the introduction of our two main characters is great because of course Brad Pitt plays Mills, and he's just transferred in.
This Johnny Storm looking motherfucker.
Oh shit, right? But then David Fincher went and did Fight Club, and then he got Brad Pitt for that. Have you seen Fight Club?
I think I have.
You think you have?
I don't remember.
Okay, we'll figure it out later.
It's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. I'm not.
He's gonna beat my ass with the cane later. Have you seen it?
Have you seen it? God damn it. But the introduction of these characters, how well they're written.
That's a great introduction, actually.
God damn, it's such a good introduction. Very much,
Day in the life of a cop.
yeah, Somerset. He's about ready to retire in like a week.
He's 7 days away from retirement.
Yeah, and the fact
7 days.
the fact the title of the movie is a double entendre for the fact that he's going to retire in 7 days
And the 7
he's doing the
sins.
7 sins. And each one is supposed to happen, but they fucked up the schedule because they end up finding him.
Was it also in July?
Huh?
Was it set in? I'm gonna pretend that the movie was set in July.
No shit, right?
777.
It was set in July for all sevens. But the way the characters are so polar opposite of each other, but it doesn't feel hammy.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel. hokey.
It really does feel more like, yeah, one's a tired grizzled vet, and the new guy just wants to prove himself.
Yeah, and it's done really well. I don't feel like it's hammed up. It doesn't have like a hokey like. It's not the same concept, but it doesn't have like a hokey like Lethal Weapon feel to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't have that weird comedy feel to it.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of that in there. Instead, it's very much.
could-
See, that's the thing, because he doesn't. Somerset isn't pulling the whole. Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit. He's pulling the whole.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. I don't understand what's going on in the city anymore. It's out of hand. Everything is out of control. Nobody fucking cares anymore. I think I'm done.
I spent 30 years in this bitch trying to help, and it still hasn't gotten any better.
Exactly, and he's just checked out. It's
And
time to
this
be done.
dude, basically from Metropolis, transferred into Gotham, being like, I want to make a difference.
Go fuck yourself, Mills.
Shut the fuck up. And he was just like, I want to make a difference, man. It's just like, unlike you, it's like, you just met me.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, they're just talking.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't help that every other cop in this fucking city is tired too, just like, man, whatever the fuck, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Mills starts to point out very quickly that the cops don't really give a shit. And it's like, hey man, you don't live in this town. You haven't been policing this town.
You've been in this town for 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
He's like, you didn't get fingerprints? You didn't check anything? You didn't...
Yeah,
like,
it's
what?
like we know what we're doing despite how things look. Go fuck off.
Fuck you, dude.
But
And then they go tip off reporters for an extra,
Mhm.
10,000 in their pocket.
but then this movie becomes I do get a little worried when I show you movies sometimes, just because your generation. Because y'all don't seem to like to sit through movies a lot of times. Sometimes like what was it? What movie did we disagree on recently?
It was the only one we really disagreed
Hollywood
on was
3.
Hollywood 3.
Yeah,
Hollywood 3.
see, because you're a fool. It's a great movie. Nobody can see though.
You can see them. That's all that matters, asshole.
But like it's a longer movie. It can be kind of a drag sometimes.
Well, this one didn't actually feel like it was dragging
Mm-hmm.
until you paused it for us to go pick up the pizza and like, Holy shit, it's been 2 hours,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this movie packs so much into those 2 hours.
and I'm just enthralled in every instance trying
yeah,
to pick
and-
up clues.
Exactly, and even when there's like that's what I like about this movie is that there's not a huge focus on action, but whenever like foot chases happen and stuff like that, it's very well fucking shot. I love the
Helpful tip: always look up.
oh shit.
If you're in it, always check the corners. Always look above 45 degrees. That's how Predator gets you. That's how aliens get you. That's how Batman gets
That's
you.
how Batman gets you. Yep, exactly.
Always look up.
The wide angle shots in this are fucking great. But this movie, I guess, honestly, to me, is probably the best slow build investigative movie
Mhm.
I've probably ever seen. Like right with Silence of the Lambs, but if not a little bit, to me, it might be better in a way, just because like I
I
do,
can see both.
yeah, like I do like when movies are a little bit more gritty.
It's like one of those things where it's like on Monday I like Silence of the Lamb more. On Tuesday I like Seven more. You know, that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
depending
kind
on
of.
how you feel.
Yeah, kind of. I do kind of favor.
But they're both way up there.
They're both way the fuck up.
They're
there.
both in gold tier.
Oh yeah, they're both such good fucking movies. And that reminds me, we got to get you watching Hannibal sometime soon, because that's the
The show?
sequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
No, there's a movie Hannibal.
Okay, I remember because there was also a show Hannibal.
The show Hannibal is a prequel to I think Manhunter. Manhunter was
The guys who fight the Green Lanterns.
the Martian Manhunters. Thank you very much.
No, the Manhunter. The
actually,
actually, you son of a bitch.
yep.
He's gonna beat you with my hat.
Yeah, so but yeah, there is a movie called Manhunter, which is supposed to be Red Dragon, the novel by I think it's Ralph Harris who wrote those the trilogy. And but it was called Manhunter. And then later down the road came Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. Then they remade it with Red Dragon with God, I guess his name is Ray Fiennes, even though it's spelled Ralph Fiennes. That pisses me off so much. And he's the serial killer in that movie. And they're getting help from Hannibal and shit again. But it's such a cool trilogy to watch. But Hannibal's nuts because he's out in the open. So
He actually gets to do his thing.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really crazy. We'll get to that sometime soon though. But this I kind of favor this one though because I do like movies that are a little more grittier. And this movie definitely has it in aesthetics, its tone, its atmosphere. It's fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm. And like even all the little clues that he was leaving behind to help them track down his next victim.
Yeah, it's cool because they really emphasize what am I trying to say here? They really emphasize the characters themselves. Like they really push on you that Somerset has been doing this a long fucking time.
One of his victims he's been paying for one of his victims' apartment for a year.
Yeah.
Just to be there dead a year.
Yeah.
And he's not even dead yet.
He might as well be dead.
Yeah, he might as well be dead, but he's still kind of kicking, just pure reflexes.
Yeah, and it's cool to see these two detectives faced with like the craziest case they've ever had to deal with.
Have you ever seen anything like this? No.
Yeah. And then it's those crazy fingerprints. It spells out "help me." It's like, oh my god, it's
and they're not even his. They're someone else's. It's nuts.
What are you thinking about the actual characters themselves, like our two main characters?
I love them. The whole dynamic of like the tired cop who actually does see a lot of the things that the new hothead doesn't.
Yeah.
But the hothead does have some good points. But at the same time, he shouldn't be a detective right now. He should be the fucking cop, the beat cop, because of how jumpy he is.
Yeah, honestly.
He got promoted way too soon.
Yeah, him coming into that new city and like wanting to really get into it it's admirable. Sure, you want to get in there, you want to do your job, make a difference.
Or make a difference in the community.
But it's like, man, like how extreme this place is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you really should take the time to get to know the area, read up on some shit.
Yeah, because god damn.
Which is what Somerset's trying to tell him. He's trying to prepare him for his future career, and he's trying to prepare him.
I mean,
for
because there were even points when they're like looking for clues and like waiting for the fingerprints. You could see him; he's all itchy and weighty, like
yeah, he's real twitchy and shit.
Yeah, it's like can't sit still. And, like
he's always got to talk. Like the first scene with him and Mills when they're in the room with Glutton, investigating. He's like, oh yeah, and like we had to do this case, and I found this dude, face down with thing, knife his back, whatever, and he has to talk. He can't just be in silence and shit like that.
He's just like, shut up. I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Shut the fuck up and look for clues.
Yeah, and he tells him, go out there. We need you to go
Door to door and
question the people
neighbors.
door to door and shit. And he's like, what the fuck? So
It's like, yeah, because you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
yeah, no shit.
Oh, and please let forensics in.
Oh yeah, on your way out.
Yeah. And give me a nice lemonade too.
Oh,
It's kind of hot in here.
it's musty as shit in here. How would you compare this one to, I guess, Silence of the Lambs? Because those are like the two big thrillers that you've seen with me.
Okay, so personally, I kind of like Silence of the Lambs a little more.
Okay.
Just because of Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, of course, he's the man.
And like how he was able to, like, just him as like the source of like, he 100% understands the villain
Mm-hmm.
of the movie. He's like, I can catch him.
Yeah.
He's like literally pointing him to like, yeah, you gotta go over there.
Yeah.
But this one, we have no Anthony Hopkins. We're just have to find this guy quick. And like how they actually find him was actually kind of genius.
That was really clever how they found him. Yeah, so like, of course, like you just said, Silence of the Lambs, we got the help of Hannibal because we just can't fucking crack this.
And they do find clues, but just like the whole Hannibal energy is just like, I like that a bit more
Yeah.
than 7. But
Right.
this was also fucking great.
Yeah, I love 7 because of their emphasis, like on the actual investigations, the procedures, the step-by-step stuff they have to do. You get to see it more. You get to see like Somerset behind the scenes. He goes to the library and he's studying his fucking ass off, looking for clues and research and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I love seeing that kind of stuff. That's
Putting the clues together.
It's so fucking cool to see. Yeah, I can totally see why you would like the other one better. Yeah, I could see that. I personally like 7 more, I think. Now that we're talking
Agree
about
to disagree?
it. Agree. Shake. So, yeah, geez, what'd you say before that?
Oh, but also what I do love about this guy is this guy, what was his name again? It was John Doe.
John Doe.
John Doe is what the fucking Riddler should be if you want to make a gritty, like, street level Batman.
Yeah, Matt was dying like the whole movie. He's been wanting to say this like all day.
Because fuck the Batman's Riddler.
Yeah, like the Riddler in the Batman.
I almost forgot he's in the fucking movie after
Yeah,
the second clue.
Yeah, exactly. Like they tried to make him the Zodiac is the problem.
Yeah. The only good like riddle he had was El Rato with wings. Like that. like or La Rato with wings.
And it's like a bat?
It's like, but then it took the Batman asking the fucking penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's the worst Spanish I ever heard. Doesn't you know the difference between la and el?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, God damn it, that's a good clue.
Mm-hmm.
But it should have been Batman who figures that shit out before the cops.
Yeah.
But which is even funny because I saw this one meme where it's like Adam West and Burt Ward, Batman Robin, they're like, it says La Rato has wings. Batman, it's a bat. And you know what this means? And he goes, now you see what this means is you need to study for your Spanish test, old chum,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the feminine pronunciation.
It is.
And Adam West Batman would know that shit.
You would know that. That, like right now, I'm actually doing a lot of Spanish lessons on Duo and shit, trying to learn.
Mhm.
And it is La and L. That's totally how it is.
Cause like, ooh, Joker, ooh, I hate rich people, ooh, they're so bad. And then he blows up like the city in urban housing, low income housing.
Yeah.
For what?
It doesn't make any fucking
To
sense.
flood the whole fucking city? How does that help your point?
Yeah, because honestly, like, compared John Doe from 7, I know
Yeah.
it's a whole fucking different thing.
Or
To the Riddler from the Batman, and I get it. The Batman's supposed to be rooted in a little bit more realism.
yeah, but even this is rooted in realism.
Yeah, John Doe is a much better Riddler than fucking. the
I mean, hell, the
Riddler.
dude from Die Hard 3 is a better Riddler than the Batman.
Yeah,
Because he was actually putting fucking riddles
he was
out
actually doing riddles. He was calling, doing riddles,
there. Yeah.
making Bruce Willis stand out there with slurs, and
Yeah.
doing all this shit.
And he had a plan for when you find the final riddle, or when you solve the final riddle, you're dead.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't Bruce Willis, he wasn't dead.
Yeah. So, yeah, Matt's been kind of foaming at the mouth for that one all day.
It's too urban realistic bullshit. Go back to having fun.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And DC just keeps, here we're going off on a tangent again. DC just keeps rebooting their shit. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
But
And also have the riddles fucking mean something to his fucking plot.
Because the riddles meant something to John Doe. So back
Yeah.
on to 7.
yeah, back on the 7, like each one, like
Of course, it's
each
7.
deadly
Each
sin.
one is one of the 7 deadly sins.
and each one makes fucking sense.
They make sense. God damn, they're awful, but they make sense.
Yeah. Oh my god, the lust.
Lust was absolutely the
Oh.
worst one. Yeah.
Because you weren't like, they don't show it.
Yeah, they don't show it.
They let
we
you
don't have
think.
to talk about it much. Those of you who've seen it, because I know this is kind of crossing over into a little bit of essay trigger territory.
Yeah,
as
it
it is. Yeah, it's.
But
bad.
that's the point of the movie. It makes you think about what happened.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly.
It doesn't have to show it.
Doesn't have to show it.
You make it even worse in your head.
That's another reason why I love this movie is that these are fucking awful things that we've seen happen off camera.
Hell, even every other crime, like greed.
Mhm.
You don't see the actual like suspect when they're at the scene of the crime. You just kind of see the aftermath. Like the crime scene's already been swept. They're putting the pieces together, but you kind of see pictures of what the dude looked like when he was at the scene.
Yeah.
You don't actually see it. You just see a black and white picture of it.
Yeah, you see like a crime scene photo of it, and like that's another.
Even worse is they had to show the wife of the dude who got murdered just
Yeah.
for the clues,
Yeah,
and she's just like, oh.
she's just torn to hell. Which
I would
of
be
course
too.
you would be, knowing that your fucking significant other was murdered, and you know people out there actually do go through that. It's fucking awful, but that's a huge component of this movie. Another reason why I love it is I love when movies are able to pull shit off where they don't have to show it.
Yeah,
Like Glutton, we see the aftermath.
yeah.
We find out, okay, it's a serial killer. And then they start talking about it. And that's the thing. They're talking about it from an investigative point of view. And as they're talking about it, it's like popping in your head.
Hell, we don't even see prides.
Yeah.
What's insinuated
Mhm.
and what they say they don't show is that, oh my god, he took off her nose
Yeah.
and
They
cut
don't,
up
they,
her
don't have,
face.
they don't have to show it. They just wrapped her face.
Yeah,
He
and-
gave her the choice. And it was either take the pills or make a
Call for
phone call and save yourself, but you're going to be disfigured. And it's nuts. The choices and shit like that.
Yeah.
This-
he's doing some kind of quasi Saw shit almost.
honestly, it's Saw before Saw.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big Saw fan. I'm just
Yeah,
not.
you're not.
I don't like Saw.
You don't like torture porn?
Was it?
You don't like torture porn?
Nah, I like my stories to actually
Mean something?
mean something.
Or
Like I
make
know,
fun of shit?
like with slashers, I know they don't really mean anything, but with
Like, it's
slashers,
still
it's
fun.
like, you still get to see it. The kills are ridiculous. It's all
Yeah.
stupid, you know. But with torture porn, I don't. That like I hear Hostels like that too. I think I've seen
never-
Hostel once. I got no interest in seeing it again.
I've never seen Hostel, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool. We probably won't even watch it.
Yeah.
But I just don't care. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I just don't. But yeah, they're able to put the images in your head, and you don't even have to see the actual kill.
And honestly, John Doe was so good at his craft, they were never gonna fucking catch him.
They weren't going to catch him. The only way they caught him was they had to go talk to a friend in the bureau and do like illegal like record pulling for library books for research to be able to even pinpoint the guy to get him.
But even after that, after he gets his face beat in because of the chase, because they're at the dude's apartment, he's coming back with some groceries. He's like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah. And I absolutely love that wide angle. I got a thing for wide angle shots. I know what it is.
Mhm.
I love that angle. He's all the way fucking down the hall. You know, he's got his head down. And you see him go look up. Of course, you can't see who this person is yet.
Yeah, because he's so far away.
Way the hell down there. But you see him drop his bag, pull his arm up, and you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
Pop, pop, pop.
He just had fucking groceries, so he could plan out his next phase of his murder spree.
Yeah.
And it was even, what was I gonna say? Him even just toying with them, calling the fucking place while the cops are there. He was an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Cause even after they lose that lead, there was no way they were gonna find him before the next kill.
Oh hell no. There was no way they were gonna fucking
The,
find him.
the only way they found
Dude
him, he turned himself in.
Dude had no fingerprints because he was cutting his fingerprints off. He had like one bank account, they said, and it was open cash, and it was like so many years ago or something.
Yeah, like
That's
5 years old.
it. And there's like, burping up that pizza, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it was a good piece.
But yeah, they just kept
He was
hitting dead ends. Like he was just covering his ass so well.
Mm-hmm.
And like they said, they're like, there's only a couple of options here. He's independently wealthy, He's got no records,
Yeah.
and he's insane.
Honestly, if it wasn't them, if he didn't turn himself in, the only person who could have caught this son of a bitch was Dexter.
Heh.
Am I wrong?
I mean, maybe. I haven't seen Dexter, so I don't know.
Well, he's basically the same thing with that, except he's going after, like, he's that well meticulous about not leaving any evidence behind.
Yeah. That I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen Dexter. I know I've been told like, oh, you'll like Dexter and stuff, but I'm like, I don't know if I would. It's like super mainstream, but then again, Seven's mainstream. Maybe I should watch it.
Yeah, maybe just give it.
Maybe I'd like it. I don't know.
Maybe one of these days when you're just on a Thursday, not trying to nod off, just
Random ass Thursday, just chilling.
yeah.
But the character building and the relationships
Like
are extraordinary. Even between the supporting fucking characters, they're great because Mills and his wife have just moved into the city.
and they got a shitty apartment.
They got a shitty apartment.
Well, it was a good apartment, except it's right under the subway.
That's right under the fucking subway. So, but what I really liked is that Mills's wife actually reaches out and wants to talk to Somerset.
Yeah.
It's a new partner, or not so much the partner, but the guy that you're replacing.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be working with him a few days. You know, she wants to know that things are okay, kind of safe thing. You know.
And he's like, "Fuck no, they're not safe."
Yeah, and
But he says it in a polite way.
yeah, but it's cool to see the development because you don't really see too much of that. Usually, it's just like, oh well, like see, I'm going to reference it back again. It's usually the corny Lethal Weapon thing. Oh,
Yeah.
he's part of the family. He's just a kooky character that we just happen to care about.
Mhm.
But this round is like, no, he's on his way out the door.
Uh-huh.
But I still want to talk to you because it's still your coworker, and I want to make sure kind of things are okay, kind of check in. Like it's definitely, it comes from a place of concern.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see that building between the characters, and throughout the entire movie, you do see, you know, that relationship between Somerset and Mills, and how you know, at first, of course, it's super strained, but by the end of the movie,
They're kind of chummy.
they're kind of chummy. All things
Even the point where they're shaving their chest to wear a wire, and they're like, "You think if I carve my nipple, I could write it off as workers' comp?"
yeah,
and they're
and you're
fucking
like,
laughing.
man, look at this, they're finally buddies.
Yeah.
Little do we know what's coming up ahead.
Ooh.
What do you think, Matt? Should we tackle that shit?
Let's tackle that shit.
All right.
Because he gets all the way up
Yeah, because
to 6 cents. No, 5 cents.
5 cents. You even said it on the way to get the pizza. You're like, man, he did 5 of them. He's like, got 2 left. We're like, yeah.
And I was in there. Jake saw me in the car. I had my one hand on. I was like, he got gluttony.
Yep, counting
He
them out.
got lust. He got envy. No, he got greed, pride, and sloth.
Yeah.
I'm just over here on my other hand, just like 2. I'm like, what could
Man,
like envy and
he's got
pride?
envy and wrath.
Envy and wrath. And Jake's like, put your hand on the wheel.
Yep. He's like, we're gonna die. And then
No, not the pizza.
that's pizza. That's why you took that hard turn and slid a little bit. No.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, like I knew it was coming up.
But
then
we also forgot that there was a point where they almost had his ass. He was right there, right
Yeah.
behind them.
fuck that. He had a gun on fucking Mills's temple.
Yeah, right on his temple. It's
He
just
let
like,
him live because
fuck
he
you.
heard Somerset and he took off.
Yeah.
Um.
But he knew their faces, and he even told them, because he was like pretending to be a reporter.
Mhm.
He's like, "Yeah, my name's John Mills."
That to me, that was nuts. When I first saw that the first time, he was like, when they go into his apartment, and they go into John Doe's apartment, and he's
he has
sitting on
a,
the tub.
dark room basically to develop all his
He
pictures.
calls Somerset into the dark room. He's like, "We fucking had him." And then they show the picture in the tub, and it's from the point of view of the photographer.
That he chased off.
Yeah, that he chased off. It's like, oh man, that's such good fucking
We
writing.
fucking had him.
We fucking had him. It's such good writing. I love that shit so much.
Ugh. But he knew his name.
So yeah, this leads us to the end of the movie.
Where they he's just like,
What'd you think of that conclusion? Of all the movies you've ever seen, did you see that coming?
I mean, based on like how he was throughout the whole movie, yeah, I kind of saw that he would do that. Did I see that hit? What?
But not the way he did it, right?
The way he did it. No, I didn't see that coming. I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be that he had his wife dead in like the fucking RV
Yeah.
that was over there, but not that he paid some dude $500 to deliver Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
So you know what that means, right? So now let's flash back to when he turns himself in. He's covered in blood.
that was Gwyneth's blood.
That was her blood.
And yes, I'm just gonna keep calling her Gwyneth Paltrow.
You might as well.
Fuck it.
'Cause
She's the one who sticks a jade egg up her pussy. So
Yeah, she's a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know why she ended up like that, but
I
she's a
don't-
weird one.
Maybe it was the Jade giving her powers.
But this was, of course, long before she
That.
went crazy and started that weird fashion cult or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what the hell you call it. But yeah.
Even when she first opened the door, I'm like, wait, is that Gwyneth Paltrow? After
Yeah.
hearing her voice.
You're like, is that Gwyneth Paltrow? But that's the thing. Like, you're sitting there watching it and you're like, there's still wrath and envy. How the fuck? And then he starts telling him while he's on his knees, he's like, I wish I could have lived like you. And it's like, oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go.
Become wrath.
Yep. Turns out he was envy. And he turned Mills into wrath.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's one of the
I mean, especially the clues are kind of there for why he would choose Mills as wrath. When you see how pissed off he gets during
he
everything.
flies off the handle a lot. He
Yeah.
like Somerset says, he's like it's crazy to see a man just
Feed off his emotion.
feeding his, off of his emotions, and I totally get that because I mean we've all been there. We've all gotten pissed off and thrown off the handle.
Yeah,
like that.
especially at work.
Especially at work. Yeah, for sure.
Because technically they are still at work.
Yeah, they're at work. Yeah.
And then you also have this crazy psychotic Riddler motherfucker talking shit and saying that he fucking killed your wife and your unborn child.
Yeah, and he didn't know. He didn't even know.
And that look he gives Sunset just like
Somerset knew.
Somerset knew but he just turned him. He didn't know.
Yeah.
And that fucking grid.
Shit. But yeah.
Oh shit.
It's nuts. And then of course, like after that came 30 years of parodies of what's in the box. It's like
What's in the
shut the
box?
fuck up. Like I get it. It's a delivery. It's a bit ridiculous, but it works. Did you catch the flash of her head?
I didn't catch the flash of her head, but I just
That's the thing. It's like one frame.
uh
When you're watching it, a lot of people do miss it. There is a flash. It's one frame and it's her head. It's just a fucking it's her severed head. And I want to say it's when like he's crouching down and like he's yelling, "Oh God!" Like they do the flash, and it's just one frame. It's so fucking fast.
damn.
But like we said, there's an interesting story about
What is that story, Jake?
Gwyneth Paltrow's molded head is in that box. That they didn't show it. They felt that it would be better if you didn't show it because then you have to picture it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What's funny is years later. Let me see how much years later she did, because 7 is 95.
Yeah.
Contagion. Have you seen Contagion?
No.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, we gotta watch Contagion. Contagion is 2011.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of spoilers for Contagion. She's in that movie. She gets infected with the virus.
Uh-huh.
I think she dies on a table. They use the head from 7 in Contagion.
Oh. Wait,
So eventually, the prop did get used.
where'd they keep it?
Fuck do I know. Probably up her ass with the rest of with the rest of her with the rest of her product.
Yeah, she probably did. It was probably in there throughout the entire filming of Iron Man.
Probably. That's why she didn't remember she was in those damn movies. It's been a while since we had a breakneck moment.
Oh my god.
You're out there, bud?
Oh god.
Oh man.
Oh god, that's such a funny thing to come out of a dark ass scene.
Mm-hmm.
Even working for it's like, oh my god,
Yep.
Mills, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, and him like, see, and that's the thing. Like Somerset knew. It's like the second he sees it, he's like, "Don't anybody come over here. No matter what
Go
he says,
away.
Go away." He turns around, starts running, and then John Doe's like, "Here he comes." It's like, oh shit. It's like that's the plan. It was all planned, and it's fucking nuts. It's one of my favorites.
It's a good one.
It's a hell of a fucking movie, man. What stood out to you the most in this one?
The mystery, like it was a good ass mystery.
Mhm.
Like all these people,
That kept you guessing and stuff.
yeah, because most people think like, oh, it's a chain. They're all connected somehow. No, they're just random people.
Yeah, they were seriously random people this time around. There was no
No trail, no
Yeah.
chain.
there was no crazy trail like
They slighted me, so I killed them all.
yeah, like Ted Bundy, like he was killing, I can't remember if it was he was killing blondes or brunettes. It was one or the other. And during that time frame, people were dyeing their hair the opposite color. Shit like that. Like there was an MO they had. And this time around, like I know it's a movie, but serial killer didn't have an MO. He was picking certain people.
That he felt personified the sins.
Yeah, and he went after them because he felt he was doing God's work. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. But yeah, go ahead, keep talking about that. Like,
like the whole like trying to figure out what the fuck this guy's doing,
Mhm.
and even trying to figure out where he might strike next.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you can even figure this shit out is if you have to try to catch the dude himself, not try to go after his next victim.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole topsy-turvy cat and mouse game that cops have to play.
Yeah, and it's cool because like it's very rooted in realism. It's pretty fucking awesome. And then there's that scene where he pays off that woman
Yeah.
to kind of fill in the gaps of a story.
So that way he broke in.
So yeah, because they did break into that apartment. That way, that evidence can be admissible.
Yeah.
And it's like how much does that actually happen? Like, I wonder how often that actually does happen that they have to do shit like
Probably
that.
a lot. They're just not willing to admit it.
But yeah, like
And also the fact that there's no real, like it's all psychological because they don't show you everything. They let you make it 10 times worse than it probably is.
yeah, because like we said before, we see all the aftermath and how grotesque everything is, but we don't see the actual acts. So you're like kind of like, oh shit, you're kind of like forced to think of like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think it compares to movies of the genre?
Way better, not like super hokey of him like leaving elaborate fucking clues and riddles of like, answer my riddles 3 and you may see who is next.
Riddle me this shit, bird.
Yeah, it's not like Jim Carrey with the fucking numbers and letters that a decoder ring could have.
Oh, I know.
If you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
But these movies like this are few and far between these days. I hear that Longlegs is supposed to be really fucking good.
I never heard of it.
I haven't watched it yet though. I need to watch it. Because it would be nice if I could find a movie that's sort of like Seven, that is just somebody carrying on the tradition, modern day crazy ass fucking psychological. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It'd be nice though.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things you could do with psychological horrors.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, and like you could have different endings where the killer wins. You have the killer wins. You could have the detective wins. You could have a fucking stalemate, like this one, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Mills goes to jail. It's like fuck.
Is it jail or a psychiatric ward?
Probably both at that point.
Yeah, take him to Arkham.
Crack. Yeah, take him to Arkham because it's fucking Gotham. I don't care what you people.
Yeah,
say.
it's fucking Gotham.
Would you recommend it?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, you'd recommend it. I already knew you were gonna say yes. It's a damn good movie.
It's fucking good.
Someday we'll get around to Terrifier, but it might just be like just us. I don't know if we'll do an episode on it or not.
I don't wanna.
Because that is a gory ass movie.
Like from what you said, like first part of the trailer, like okay, cool, like oh yeah, this looks fun. Like we'll probably get some good jokes, and then the part where they're saying like, "What are you gonna do? Fucking cut me up?" And then like, apparently they actually do just
It does.
cut.
It does. Cuts are clean in half. I'm not talking left or right.
So he does like a fucking Kung Lao.
Pretty much.
Oh god.
It's a vicious ass movie. The whole point with Terrifier, you don't have to watch it, Matt.
Oh,
But
God.
the whole thing with Terrifier is it's just an extreme horror movie.
Okay.
What you got to remember is, of course, it's fucking fake. It's not real.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's kind of the point of Terrifier, is that the kills in it are just so goddamn
Over the top.
over the top. It's fucking ridiculous. You find yourself laughing, going, "What the fuck?" It's insane. Either that or we'll watch Pieces. Pieces, I think, would be a lot easier to handle because it's a 70s fucking like C movie.
Oh god.
About a chainsaw killer.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like a bad movie.
Okay.
We may have to do that because it's actually pretty fun. I think it's fun. There's shit tons of blood, but you're watching it, you're like, really? It's just, you're like, that's clearly styrofoam, sir. It's one of those kind of movies. Well, shit, man. I'm glad you liked it because
She was awesome.
yeah, because I know a lot of people they don't like it because how unsettling it can be. I'm like, no, that's not the way to.
That's the
approach
point.
It. That's kind of the point. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie
It's a
that's
psychological
up in your
thriller.
head.
It's such a good fucking movie.
I mean, if they showed all the kills, then maybe we'd have a different story. But but this was way better.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a good movie. What we learned today, man?
Always look up.
Mm-hmm.
Always look up. And when your boss tells you, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And don't tell reporters or people on the crime scene your full fucking name.
Yeah. No shit. He did. He told him his full name and he spelled it.
Yeah. I know.
Oh.
I'm surprised you can spell, asshole.
Yep. Fuck you. I learned maybe if a serial killer takes you out in the middle of fucking nowhere, maybe it's a bit suspicious.
Yeah, he has a trap.
There ain't fucking nothing out there. Something was gonna happen.
Yeah. And also you gotta think, at first I thought that he drove all the way out there with her body,
Mhm.
but no, he paid someone else to bring the fucking head.
Yeah, he paid somebody else to deliver the head.
And they did have me laughing at that point when like the driver's running away
Oh yeah.
from Morgan Freeman's like, where are you going?
Yeah, where you going? Oh, the Morgan Freeman. He's always going north. Pick him up.
There's nothing out. You drove that way. You know there's something for like 20 miles.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, fuck yeah, man. I'm glad we got this one under our belt.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh my god. That's good about the fucking head. That's in the box. But all right, everybody. Well, we're gonna call that one done.
Oh, god, that was a wild ride.
Matt's sweating his ass off in his cowboy hat over here. I don't need him to fucking dehydrate. So everybody, take it easy. Have a good one.
See you later, partner.
I'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.